All right. Shalom. I'm the priest Ainwa from the GMS South Carolina Midlands camp, coming back with another lesson through the spirit and through the power of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. Call Haloyim La Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash. Double honors to my apostles and to my elders of Great Millstone that rule well, which taught me this truth, who are the true leaders of Israel today. And also peace, love, blessings, and salutations to the elect, man. All right, shalom. And in this lesson, I want to touch on how the Lord is turning the remnant, the elect, back unto him, right? And also the Lord has what? His elect singing a new song in the earth. And that new song is what? This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. This is a certain song that only a particular number of men will be able to sing, right? And that's pretty much going to be the lesson. I want to start in Baruch, the 2nd chapter. I want to start in Baruch 2:30. And it reads, "For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people." Speaking about you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? When it comes to our people, they're very stiff-necked, they're very hard-headed and rebellious. And you see it in their everyday actions, man. Jake, they're not focused on the Lord. They're focused on trying to get to the bag. They're focused on trying to have a certain, social status in this wicked ass society, man. Right? They're not worried about the Lord. Right? Even though the Lord has his prophets, has his men out teaching, right? Jake they don't want to listen. I just saw a video from the Charlotte Akim, right? There was doing their street ministry, and you had Deontay Wilder, right? And for the ones who don't follow boxing, who don't know Deontay Wilder, he's a famous professional boxer. He former heavyweight champion, very good boxer, right? Very great boxer, right? He walked past the camp, and the brothers was calling him unto the word, calling him to come and hear the word, right? But he had better things to do. He didn't want to come over there, but that's Jake. Jake is too busy worried about, their vain lives instead of coming into, everlasting life. They want to continue to live in this deaf society. But hey, it is what it is. We understand that the Lord has a certain number of men marked for salvation and marked for destruction, right? So we ain't sweating it, man. When it comes to the elect, that's all that we're focused on when we're teaching. We only focus on the elect, and we hope to be of the elect. Baruch 2:30 once again, "For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people." Yo, Jake is hard-headed, man. Jake, the only time Jake want to get right is when they get put into a bind, and it's gonna be too late, man. It says, "Because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves." And that's what's going on. The Lord, because we're still in captivity. A large bulk of Israelites, a large bulk of the elect are here in America, Babylon the Great, but throughout all the four corners of the earth. That's why it says captivities, wherever the elect is being held captive at, man. You see? But it says, in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves. So we're still in captivity, and the Lord has allowed us to come back into our heritage, to come back into the knowledge of knowing who our true power is. Yahweh Hashem Shah. He's allowed us to come back into the knowledge of knowing who we are, the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, regardless of what the world says, man, we ain't worried about what these dumbass peons are saying, man. We know that we are the Hebrew Israelites. How do we know? Romans 8:16. Let's grab that real quick. If we go to Romans chapter 8, verse 16, what does it say? "The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai," right? The children of Israel. It's in our spirits. We heard this truth and it resonated with our spirit. That's how we know that, and that's another cut to of these guys that say, oh, the only people that are Hebrew Israelites are so-called Negroes. You got 12 tribes of so-called Negroes, huh? That's ridiculous, man. Right? It don't matter about your skin color or how you look. Okay? Now that's a key indicator, because when we say so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we understand that these people are the children of Israel. But we also understand that our people were scattered amongst the other nations. Okay? Which I'm not going to get all deep into it. That's a different lesson. But we understand that our people were scattered amongst the other nations. Right? Now, according to Numbers 1:18, it matters, what determines your nationality is the seed of your father, because the man carries the seed. So, for example, if you have an Israelite man, right, let's say you have a dark-skinned Israelite man or a light brown Israelite man, right, and they put their seed into a woman of the other nations, when that child comes out, he may take certain features and characteristics of his mother, but his line goes back to being a Hebrew Israelite because of his father. Doesn't matter what they look like. And let's say he comes out, lighter skin, very, very light. And let's say that child gets with a Edomite, right? Let's say that he gets with an Edomite woman. For example, he may come out looking like, the child that he has may come out looking like a straight up Edomite. But it's still about that line. Okay, that seed goes back to being a Hebrew Israelite. Just a quick, example of that. So it don't matter about what you look like, man. Okay, it's about the spirit. So that's how we know. So the Lord has allowed us to know that we are Hebrew Israelites. We heard this truth. It resonated with our spirit, man. Okay, which makes us Hebrew Israelites, and we know it. Okay. So the Lord has allowed us to remember ourselves. Okay. And shall know that I am the Lord, their power, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear, understanding. Right? The Lord has allowed us to understand this truth, this new song. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity. And that's what's going on. You see the prophets out here praising the Lord and teaching in the name of Yahweh Shema Shai. It says, and think upon my name. Right? The name of the Lord is very important. Now, we're in the land of our captivity. Obviously, that means we're not in the kingdom yet. So how are we going to think about the name of the Lord, right? Without so how is it that we're not going to have the name of the Lord until we're in the kingdom? But right here, it's saying in the land of our captivity, we're going to think upon the name of the Lord. So obviously, that's before the kingdom. So obviously, the Lord going to give us his name before we enter into the kingdom. For the guys that say that the name of the Lord don't matter, for the guys that saying that we ain't going to get the name of the Lord until the kingdom. Hey, man, y'all keep following these goddamn false prophets, man. Right? You got Nate, which you going by Nathaniel Oligar once again. This guy changes up more than you change your draws, man. He always changing something. And the scriptures speak about a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, man. That man is unstable. You got Nate talking shit about Great Millstone. They say bums or whatever. We know they talking about us, but it don't matter. Talking about he got a new breakdown of the MOTB. But that's all right, man. That he gonna continue to wing it. But eventually prophecy is going to be fulfilled, man, when they make that RFID micro C-HIP mandatory, man. Right? And that's another thing. If the RFID CHIP ain't the MOTB, why is it that we got to speak in code? Why is it that if we say mark of the beast, they'll flag our videos, man? They'll take our channels down. Y'all keep following these false prophets if y'all want to, man. Hey, let the blind lead the blind, man. But anyways, getting back into the topic, Baruch 2:31, and shall know that I am the Lord, their power, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear, understanding, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name. You see that? Revelation 11:11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh Shema Shai entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Right now, the 3 days and a half is a period of 350 years, from 1619 to around 1970 or 1969, when the Lord sent back Elder Abba Bivens to bring this truth back into the earth, man. Okay. So it says the spirit of life from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua entered into them. The spirit of life, the breath, the understanding, having the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's the spirit of life. And they stood upon their feet. When you see the men of the Lord on the highways and byways, you see the men of the Lord, the prophets, standing upon their feet. And great fear fell upon them which saw them. Yeah, the elites, man. You know, these peon ass crackers, these peon Edomites, right? They don't know what's going on, but the elites, they are afraid, man. No matter how much they try to portray themselves as if everything is cool and they got everything under control, they're afraid, man. They're terrified. They see the prophets, right? They see the men of the Lord, right? They see the Israelites standing up, turning back to the true power, calling upon the true power. They see the angels, the chariots of the Lord, right? So they understand what time it is, man. And they're panicking, right? Their back is against the wall, regardless of what these dumbass people got to say, man. You got these guys in these camps. They don't even speak on Esau, man. They don't even speak on the prophecies. They don't speak on the elect. But that's all right, man. You know, because this is only the elect is going to truly understand. You see? Now I want to go from there, right? Because it says great fear fell upon them which saw them. Because Esau is being exposed, man. The prophets are back. And what are the prophets doing? Prophesying and revealing the truth. And that's what Esau is afraid of the most, this truth, man. This new song that's being spoken of. Micah 2:12. I will surely assemble, O Jacob, all of thee. I will surely gather the remnant of Israel. Right? We just read in Baruch 2:30 how it says, in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. The Lord is turning us back unto him. No matter how much these elites no matter how much money they put and try to keep us docile and trying to keep us away from learning the truth, the Lord still woke up the remnant, man. That's why these devils are scrambling and losing their goddamn minds, man. That's why they're afraid. It says, I will surely gather the remnant of Israel, right? The remnant, the 144,000, man. Okay. That are the elect. Okay. I will put them together as the sheep of Basra. Right now, of course, you're going to have the 144,000, which are all men, but you're also going to have that 1/3, and that's going to consist of friends of the prophet, women, children, so on and so forth, right? But it says, I will surely gather the remnant of Israel, right? That 144,000, that's the one that you're going to see at the forefront, man, that top governing body, okay? I will put them I will put them together as the sheep of Basra, as the flock in the midst of their fold. They shall make great noise by reason of the multitude of men. The great noise is what? This prophesying, man. Okay, this new song that's being sung. Okay, when you see the men of the Lord going out doing their street speakings, uploading lessons, this that great noise, man. Because when it comes to the truth, it started in Harlem, right? And look how it's expanding across the four corners of the earth. That's a great noise. It says of the multitude of men. All speaking the same thing, the same truth, man. You see, this new song. So that's what's going on. Okay. Let's go to real quick. Let's go to the book of let's go to Revelation 14:3. Let's start at verse 1, man. Going into the 144. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Sion, the lamb being Yahushua, and with him 144,000. This is the elect, having his father's name written in their foreheads, because the Lord has given us his name and this truth and downloaded into our spirits. Even though we're not in the second covenant yet, where the Lord is going to download his laws, statutes, and commandments into our spirits. First, it starts with the Lord giving us his name back, giving us our heritage back, right? Because even though we know the name of the Lord and we know who we are and we know this truth, we still go off. We're not perfected yet. The Lord hasn't downloaded his laws, statutes, and commandments into us yet. We still go off, but the Lord has allowed us to know his name and to prophesy. And ultimately, if we are the elect, the things that we do as far as going off, the Lord is going to blot out our sins and our transgressions, right? He says, and I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps, verse 3 being the point. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man can learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. Yeah, the elect. That's why these other guys, especially the heathen, Esau, like guys like vocab, they ain't gonna be able to understand this truth, right? But even guys, speaking about among Israel, these guys, the heads of these camps and their congregation, they ain't gonna be able to know this new song, man, right? And the new song is the complete 100% truth, right? Not having some truth and mixing it in with lies, man, or going off on here certain things. No, man. The new song is getting the whole song right. The new song all the way completely right. Having all the right lyrics to the song, man. Right? The playing the instruments perfectly, the correct way. Right? So the only ones who's going to be able to have this new song and sing it correctly is 144,000, the elect. It says, and no man can learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. You see that? So it's going into the elect. Now let's go from there and let's go to Psalms 144 and let's go to verse 9. Psalm chapter 144 verse 9. I will sing a new song unto thee, O power, upon a psaltery, and an instrument of 10 strings will I sing praises unto thee. You see that? The new song, man, which is this truth. Psalms 149. Psalms 149 and 1. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh. Sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise in the congregation of the saints. You see that? And I'm just getting scriptures, speaking about the new song, man. Right? Let's stay in the book of Psalms. Chapter 98, verse 3. Let's see. I'll start at verse 1. O sing unto the Lord Yahweh a new song, for he hath done marvelous things. His right hand and his holy arm have gotten him the victory. Right? Yahweh Shah already got the victory over death. Ultimately, the 144,000 is going to get the victory over death. And that large multitude that's going to be delivered, right? The 1/3, which the 144,000 and 1/3, that's all the same as far as being the elect, but it's levels to it. You got the 144,000, which is going to be that top governing body, right? And you have a large multitude that's going to be delivered when Yahweh Shah returns, right? And then, that's just the proper order. That's just the way that the Lord set it up, right? But all of the elect is going to get the victory over the death, just like Yahweh Shah got victory over death, and ultimately all of Israel, right? But it starts with the elect. The Lord Yahweh hath made known his salvation. His righteousness hath he openly showed in the sight of the heathen. Right? And you see that when you see the men of the Lord teaching this truth, standing on the highways and byways before all the nations, man. They see the salvation that's coming. Ultimately, they're going to physically see the salvation of the children of Israel when the Lord comes back and beams up his elect on the ships. That's why in Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, it says how they're going to be afraid. If we go there real quick, we go to the book, we go to Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, and the 2nd verse. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. Just like in Revelation 11 and 11. It says, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation so far beyond all that they look for. Because these people, they're not looking to see so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and also the Israelite foreigners. Just, they may look like the other nations, but their line goes back to being Israelites, right? These people, they're not looking to see that. They're not looking to see people getting beamed up on a so-called UFO, right? Then, first of all, they're not looking for the Lord to be a so-called black man. They're not looking for that, man. So these people are going to bug the hell out, man. You see? But this is going to be far beyond what they're looking for, because they're looking for white Jesus, right? They ain't looking for no destruction. They're looking for a white Jesus to come with open arms, saying, come as you are. Come as you are. You know, you can be a mole, you can be a sodomite, you can be a complete weirdo, a complete demon, but still find salvation, you know, without change. You know, nah, man. You know, that's that rhetoric of this world, you know. So this salvation, this deliverance is going to be so far beyond what the people are looking for. When they see the men of the Lord on the highways and byways, when they see the prophets, that's a strange thing unto these people. That's why the scripture said that we're going to be made a spectacle unto men. That's why they look at us like we're crazy, because this is something different. This is something new. This is that new song, man, that the people ain't used to. You see? So Psalms 98:3. Psalms 98:3. He hath remembered his mercy. Yeah. He hath remembered his mercy and his truth toward the house of Israel. Yeah, the Lord never forgot about the Israelites. He made a covenant with the Israelites. That covenant still stands, man. Okay. He gave his laws, statutes, and commandments unto the Israelites. The Lord's people are the Israelites. Plain and simple. All the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our power. Yeah, man, because at the end of the day, that's why the Lord created the internet, so that this truth can get out worldwide, man. Okay. I want to grab, what is that? Let's go to Matthew 24 and 14, because this truth got to get out, right? Around the four corners of the earth. Matthew 24 and 14, red letter. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. And that's why you're seeing the prophecies gearing up, man. Because the elect could already be sealed. The 144,000 could already be sealed, right? Because as soon as the elect is sealed, that's when all hell is going to break loose, man. But this truth got to go around the four corners of the earth. That's why the Lord created the internet. Psalms the 19th chapter, going in, the fourth verse, really 1 to 4, going into the creation of the internet. Okay. So this truth had to go across the four corners of the earth. So that's why you see the men of the Lord standing on their feet prophesying, man, singing this new song, man. The Lord has risen the elect. Okay. And ultimately, the Lord is going to physically manifest who the elect is. But that's pretty much all I had. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Until next time, I want to say shalom.